I have a question regarding where this would fall. Like when it comes to um, trying to find justice for an oppressed group. When you have an oppressed group, like say, for instance, Black people in the West can be seen as an oppressed group in certain circumstances. What what are the limitations or the rights of this, and does that fall into, or can that fall into nationalism, tribalism, that sort of thing?
So you're saying, for example, that we know the fact is that the Black people in the West, they have been graded as to be class 2 or class 3, and are not being given their full rights. What is your stand as a Muslim regarding this issue? The same thing we say to the brothers. If you're going to help a Black, and because you're a Black, even though the helping of yours is against the haqq, and you see that the Black person is the one who's made the mistake, that is called fanaticism and racism and nationalism. I would say call it more racism, this one. Sometimes some of the people tackle the racism with another racism, which is not correct. Okay? So they see oppression coming to them from another race, let's say white against the Black. They start teaching their children the anti-racism by racism. Accept help only for the Black. Don't accept from these whites. Okay? They teach them even in movies and films and all of that. Teach them that you don't want to take anything from them. You don't want any help from them because you don't expect any help from them. You have to be together. America tried their best to kill this racism, even though there are some people, they like it, by making, what is that thing that unites America? What was it? What is it? It's no religion. Even the church itself, there's Black churches and white churches. What is uniting America? An enemy. Create an enemy and let them focus that we are together against one enemy. So the best thing, for example, vulnerable one, the Muslims now, create this 9/11, all of this, and let's focus. But they're going to run out of ammunition here. Okay, they've blown the two towers now. They're going to blow. I don't know what they're going to do. Even so many people now on the internet, they created these channels as well against everything, against Islam. But they know they're going to as well burn that hand because people now, they know what is the reality. Regardless of what you're going to do, tell us on the TV and everything. There's other channels as well on the YouTube, and we can see the haqq and the truth. Nobody would believe what they're selling us. It's everybody's obvious. Everybody can see that is obvious, unless he doesn't want to believe it. It's just there. So America failed. And America going to be doomed the same thing. And look what happened. And there's an army now on both sides. Not talking about the real army of the American, no, an army from them. Being people given weapons and, to go and fight with each other and kill one another. Well, those who live in America, they know what I'm talking about. I don't know if somebody in America at the moment could champion what I'm just saying. Please go ahead and put your hands up. You're from America is listening to us. Put your hands up and tell us what's happening there in your side regarding Black against white. In that, in the era that passed before, we've seen things. And you think it's not in England? Well, it will come to England. Maybe England is better, but it's going to come to England. Same thing. Okay. So, what's that tower which was burnt, ya Umar? Abu Umar Nakhla, Abu Bilal, and Abu Umar Bilal. What was that tower that was being burnt in London?
The tower that was burnt in London?
Burnt in London.
Grenfell. Oh, Grenfell Tower, now.
Yeah, yes, they know, but you're not a Londoner.
No, the Grenfell Tower.
Grenfell Tower.
I don't understand.
Why they let it burn? Where were they when the people brought all this stuff to support? There's no people left to take anything. Everybody's burnt.
Yeah.
Who are they being burnt? The ones are the elite people.
Yeah.
Who are they there? The answer is there.
Poor families.
Answer is there. People they know. They left it just like this. Subhanallah. Allah al-Musta'an. So it's going to come as well. You will find it. You will see it. But it's not really as bad as in America. But you're going to find it. So we as black or Muslims or Arabs or whatever, we cannot help my race because the general trend is that we are under the Hamas, so we have to help our brothers regardless if they're wrong or right. That's not correct. We have to be impartial and deal with each case accordingly. Okay, let me disclose about some of the things that happened to me. I have been summoned into court regarding that I have allegedly crossed a red traffic light. And then I crossed it, that I himself. And then after a while, the police came from after about 2-3 minutes or 4 minutes in a bus and a big van and basically stopped me. And then he said to me, do you know I stopped? I said, I don't know why you stopped me. He said, because you crossed the red traffic. I said, I didn't cross the red traffic light. I crossed the number, 100%. Anyway, he took a picture of mine and everything. He said, I've got the whole bus against you. He's got about 6-7 policemen. I said, I would be glad for all of them. They could really go and make a testimony. And they mean to be paying attention at the same time. And they've got like sort of, you know, when they put the naughty people, they've got like a mesh. You can't see properly. How can they see? I would be glad for them to see. And there's a camera as well as they're hanging there. I could see that there's a camera there. I would be glad. I found that this guy is not really, either he's a racist or either he is doing his job. And he thought across the red light. Maybe from back, he was too far behind me. And he followed me after what? After 2 miles. And when he followed me, I was driving just a normal speed. So I said, I'll go to court. And he went, the letter came and I went to court. Cut it short, it's a long story, fascinating story. I had even with me somebody who is known to you maybe, Ustad Muhammad al-Tarawna. He was with me. And he was witness for that story. I myself phoned a lawyer or solicitor whom he's supposed to be, I got some relationship with him. And he said to me, give it up. These judges, they're gonna side with the police. And I prepared everything. I made my homework and I even went to the traffic light and I even said how the traffic light is, because he made a claim and it's all of it false. I calculated my mathematics myself and how many miles I would be doing and how can he catch up with me? That means all of it not correct. But when he told me this, I closed my laptop. I said, I'm not gonna just confess that I'm guilty. Where Tarawna, he told me, no. You shouldn't be doing. I said, no, I'm gonna be. Then I was there to confess. Basically, this is where I should be impartial here. I wanted to confess. Before I entered the room, subhanAllah sent us another police. He was waiting for another case. And Ustad Tarawna was talking to him, regarding my issue. And he said to me, come. And the police said to me, why do you want to say that you are guilty and you believe that you're not guilty? And I said, because, they told me that it's a waste of thing and I might pay money. And they said to me, you're going to be siding, the judge will side with the police. He says, you're wrong. Most of the cases, the judges will side against us. No. And then he said to me, are you going to make an oath that you're guilty and you're not guilty? That made me stop here. I'm going to get an oath that I'm going to make an oath that I am guilty, but I'm not guilty. I crossed the red, but I'm not crossing the red. That's haram. So forget about all of this. So I started going my laptop again and going to my notes and everything. But I was not allowed to have the laptop with me. I had to memorize things. Allahumma musta'an. But I had to put them on the mobile of mine to show them, because it's part of the evidence and how much is the per seconds. Anyway, this case, normally the case of this talks about 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Mine took about 2 hours. They brought the policeman to me because with testimony, and I brought me, and then I brought and I showed the thing, and there was the cleric there, and there was the judges, and after 2 hours they made the verdict. And I've already filled up the piece of paper to say that how much I would be paying the fine in installments. They came out, and I'm coming out. She came out inside. There's 3 judges and the ladies in the middle. And they said, And I'm coming to them. He said, and we found you, Mr. Abu Haj, such as them. And they said the word. And I started, sorry, what did you say? Not guilty. I couldn't believe it. I just prostrated in the court in front of them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I said to them, I have to say something. I was about to say I'm guilty till I met a policeman outside. And he told me such and such. And I had some words that you judges, you're not fair siding with the police. But now I know that in this country, there is justice. Thank you very much for that. And then when I was going out, the cleric, she said to me, oh, do you want to file compensation? She said, I said, I'm going to give it for the sake of Allah. No compensation. Bye-bye. Amir Tarana left. Just to show you that I have to be as well, I have to be just and fair. I can't say all British are to be like that man. Good morning. No, good morning. No, good afternoon. Even doing arrogant. Even look at me. I can't call you all British like him. I cannot. This is haram. All of them are racist. All of them. You can't say that. And that's the problem of racism, ya Bilal. That because of one mistake of one black or mistake of one or group of blacks or group of whites, you generalize. All the Britishers are, arrogant. All the black people are arrogant. All the British are racist. You can't say that, Ikhwan. This is not right. Alhamdulillah. Last question to Sirajuddin, tafaddal.